The Prime Minister has urged those above 65 to stay at home and not venture out. But what about those who are in that age group but are doctors and are still obliged by their oath to go to work every day? And what about the fact that hospitals today are really the most vulnerable spaces, giving the maximum potential for exposure to the coronavirus? With me here in Jaipur is Dr. Pradeep Sharma. He's the HOD of the Psychiatry Department at the SMS Hospital. Dr. Sharma, tell us a little bit about you. Your daughter reached out to me, and we discovered that you are in fact in that precise age group where you are mid-60s, and you also have morbidities like diabetes and hypertension. Yet you do go to work every day?
Yes, I have to go to work. That is because of my duty. But there is a dilemma, in fact. And the dilemma is, on the one hand, I have my vulnerabilities, and on the other, I am bound by what is called our Hippocratic Oath, through which we are obliged to see patients in whatever condition they are, uh, irrespective of the risk of disease that they may have of passing on to us. So, my thoughts were that doctors who are involved mainly with infections, in those cases, younger doctors may be allowed, but in cold cases, for example, psychiatry by itself does not carry that much infection, and the number of psychiatric patients have also reduced, and the fact that the OPD now in our hospital, except for emergency cases, has been stopped. So the scenario now is that there can be patients who are in acutely severe psychotic conditions. Therein, great expertise of senior psychiatrists is not required, and mid-level faculty members and junior students in psychiatry should be able to do the job. So I think the government needs to look at it. It would be politically incorrect for me to say that I on my own, I cannot just stop going to the hospital.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. You said that you have vulnerabilities, but you also have the oath you took as a doctor. What are your vulnerabilities?
I'm a diabetic for the last 20 years, 25 years now, and hypertensive also from that date only. My age, of course, is the most vulnerable factor. And I also have an eye condition called optic neuritis, because of which I cannot read small letters, small print in the newspaper. I'm not able to read that. So when you put these conditions together, I myself will be more of a burden to the system by going to the hospital rather than not going there.
And yet government rules require you to.
Of course, bound by law to attend those duties, but it is a question which has to be addressed by the health administrators as to why put in such a large number of 60 plus doctors in the field, whereas you have hundreds and hundreds of young doctors who can take care of a particular pandemic like corona.
One other question that does arise, of course, is that the coronavirus pandemic has shown that it is government doctors, doctors in the public health system, that have really risen to duty. And private doctors have not been called upon to work in these circumstances. So I want your thoughts on that also, that in a way, when it comes to a crisis, the burden falls on the public health system.
Yeah, I agree. See, I think there are certain moves in the government, I'm not very sure, of involving the Ayush doctors. I went to a migrant camp lately. I went to Dungarpur yesterday. And there I saw a very wonderful thing, that the nursing management and nursing requirements of the people who were there were being done by a Vaidya. These people are from Ayush University. They could be all pooled in. And then there are many lab technicians, there are many nursing staff, people who can be shifted from remote areas where they are actually not doing anything except a little paperwork maybe.
But do you also feel, in a way, cynical that the private sector does not respond at times of crisis?
I think, yeah, I mean, the public sector, the private sector is not doing as much as it should, because they are, obviously people know that they are more commercially driven. But those factors should be set aside. And they also have a pool of very young, talented doctors, all these big hospitals that I see growing up in Jaipur, and the kind of expertise and degrees that they have, they should be utilized more than they are.
Just a last thought, on a personal note, the conflict between the oath you took as a doctor and the vulnerability you feel as a human being.
See, I belong to a family of doctors. My grandfather was a Vaidya. My father was a public health man from Harvard in 1950s. So that commitment to do service to humanity overrides the fear that I may have of the illness. So unless something is done at a higher level, I will continue to go to the hospital. My daughter back in Delhi, she's already written to the principal of our medical college. Well, they really thought it was a little funny thing, but I thought that my daughter brought out a very, very serious point, that elderly doctors should be exempt from duty.
It's both, in a sense, inspiring and worrying at the same time when we look at the burden and the onus of this crisis on our public health system. But Dr. Sharma and his daughter have raised a very important point. When we talk about the elderly looking after themselves and being protected, what about doctors in their mid-60s who are still going to work? And work means vulnerable hotspots potentially that our hospitals are fast becoming.